I decided to break open every single proof set that I own. All of this proof sets. And I got a trash bag here. I'm about to clean all this stuff up. I kept 2 of them. Decided not to crack open the second one because I had a duplicate of these. I actually own 2 of these. Decided not to break open this one because I already broke open the first one. There was no point in breaking open 2. And so I kept this one, and I kept the 2018 silver reverse proof set because that's a special edition proof set, and that would have been foolish for me to have broken that open. I also kept all of the proof sets that are in the brown envelopes. I decided to keep those in the brown envelopes except for the 1969, which I cut open all the coins there. And excuse me, not 1969, 1964. I cut open and took all the coins out of the 64 and then just ordered another 1964. So I still have all the proof sets in the brown envelopes that I haven't touched, and I replaced the 64 that I did break open. Now I know that's going to make some of you mad. In fact, it might even prompt some of you to unsubscribe from this channel. I'm sorry if we have such hard feelings between us, but there's a reason I did this. And real quick, going on to how to break these things open, there's a couple ways. You can use just sheer violence and break these things open, or you can try to minimize the mess you're going to make, because you can see it's kind of messy. The easiest way is to take a pair of pliers or wrench or something like that, and just break off the corners. Sometimes you can get away with breaking off just one corner. Sometimes you have to break off 2 corners. And if you can break off one corner, you can normally maybe pry it open. Sometimes you have to break off 2 corners, and like that there, and you can just, once you break off those corners, these things normally, you just grab an edge here and you pry it open. That's the easiest way. It's the best way in terms of protecting the coins, making sure nothing happens with the coins, damaging them, scratching them, whatever. The hardest ones to open up are these guys, and the reason why is because they come from the 70s, the proof sets from the 70s. They come with these stands that allow you to carry the coins, so you have to unmount the stand, just take that stand off. That's simple to do. But the most difficult part is this little plastic strip here that says United States proof set, along with the sides here. That's like a border plastic that you have to rip off, and then you have to cut the corners. And these are just generally more difficult. I mean, you can see some of the coins can, I mean, look at that one. I really had to break that open to get that out of there. Some of these are probably the most difficult to get open. And again, it's because this plastic here, it's very bendable. And these are just very, I found, a lot more difficult to open than your newer ones. So the newer ones were a piece of cake. Some of them you had to kind of get rough on, but for the most part, you could just tear the corners off and they would pry open. So why did I do it? Well, because I have a ton of albums, and these albums, they're really nice albums. They're the Whitman albums, Whitman Classic, and I like to have complete sets. And I have the Kennedy, the complete set of Kennedy run up through 2018. I've got the nickel run. I've got the complete set of pennies, complete set of dimes, complete set of all your general coins that you see, nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters. I've got all the quarters. And so my Kennedy half album had these big gaping holes, and they were for the estimate mark, all the proofs. And I thought, man, I need to get those. I hate the fact that I took it out of a cheaper album that did not have the estimate mark, and it looked really full, to taking it to an album now that had all these gaping holes. Same thing with the Jefferson nickels. This was easier to show you. I have this one just on hand. And I decided, man, I got to really fill all of these holes. I hate having all of these holes in the album. It just doesn't, how can you tell someone you have a complete set if you don't have all the coins? So for my Kennedy halves, I went online and I looked up the cost of how much it would run if I was to buy already broken out by somebody else, by a third-party company, just to buy all of the Kennedy proof sets or proof coins from 1969 or 68. Yeah, 1968 all the way up through today. Over $200, and that didn't even get you all of the coins. And so I thought about it for a second. I thought, how much did I pay for all these proof sets? The vast majority of these proof sets, I didn't pay anywhere near $200 for. Some of them were $6, some of them were a little pricier, $12. Some of them kind of got pricey, especially the 2018s and the ones in the 2000s where there's 2 decks and you got a ton of different coins. Those were pricier. Those were anywhere between $15 and $20 a piece. But man, when I started doing the math and I started adding up, okay, so if it's going to cost me $200 for all the JFKs, the half dollars, how much is it going to cost me when I put the rest of my collections in these albums? How much is it going to cost me for the proof Eisenhower dollar runs and every single proof Susan B. Anthony and every single proof penny and every single proof nickels? If I was to buy these individually, it was way more than the amount that I paid for all of these proof sets. I can replace all of these proof sets far less than I can buy individually all of the coins, you know, separated. When I break open these proof sets, I got the advantage. I have all the coins that I need for to complete all my albums. Whereas if I was to spend the money, the extra money, I mean, it'd just be throwing money down the drain. So I will replace all these proof sets and actually get the sets that I think, I don't know if there's really any advantage to having these proof sets, because some of these, like the ones from 1969, they really haven't gone up a whole lot in value. I might replace the 1968 or the 1969. I think they made one in 68. I think I broke one of those open. Pretty sure they have one in 68. Or is that the year they did the special mint set? I don't know. 69, I might replace 69. You know, the ones from the 60s might replace my birth year one. But I don't know if I want to carry all these proof sets around. They're nice to have, but man, I mean, it's just as good to have them in here. So now I am happy to say that in a much better cost-effective way, I got all the coins that I needed. You can see the proof there. I got all the coins I needed to complete my albums. So I no longer have any empty spots in this album except for 2. I did not have a 1978 proof set for some reason. I thought I had one. In fact, I'm pretty sure I bought one. So I'm going to have to go online to eBay and find out if I ever received a 1978 proof set. And if I did, pretty sure I bought one. I don't know if I ever got it, if they ever shipped it. That's the thing. If you buy things on eBay from time to time, it's easy to forget about the things you order, especially if you order 2 or 3 at a time. So I've got to check to see if I ever ordered one, and if I did, is it here at my house? Did I ever get it? What does the tracking number say? Is there tracking information? And then I need to figure out this 1976 proof set. You know what? I actually... See, that says 1975 on it. I don't know if they made a 1976 proof set. So that was made in 75 for the bicentennial. Did they make a 1970? I need to do some research on that. So I thought this was for both 75 and 76, but hell, I might be wrong. It's easy to forget some of this stuff. So it is much more cost effective if you have albums like this that require the S Mint mark, and you have all the proof sets, and you have the nickels, the dimes, the pennies, the half-dollar albums. If you have all those albums, like the Eisenhower, Susan B. Anthony, the Sacagawea dollar, presidential dollars, it is much easier and a lot more cheaper, instead of buying runs of all those coins for your albums, just to break open your proof sets. You can replace these things far cheaper, and you get all of the coins you need for that particular year versus buying them separately. I'm telling you guys, this might make some of you upset, but financially, this is a much smarter way to go. Let me know if you could disagree in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Unless you absolutely hated this video, then hit the thumbs down button and unsubscribe from my channel. Hey guys, you have a fantastic day. Keep happy collecting. Have a great weekend. And yeah, thanks for watching.